Okay, so when you have a dog that you need to convince to do something, sometimes pulling them or forcing them just makes the situation worse. So what I do to get the upper hand on that is to feed the dog less of the, whatever the regular food is, and only give food that is really high value to the dog. So I have mixed some food in with canned food here, and I've really only been giving him little bits at a time, and even this much I'll probably even cut in half, because every time I need to get him in and out of his kennel right now during training, I'm doing it by giving him food, and he's only getting food, only getting fed in the kennel and only getting treats in the kennel. So we want everything good to be happening in the kennel, and that includes affection as well. I sit in the kennel with them and I pet him. You don't need to get him back into the kennel, but I just think that if you need to leave the house and we're going to confine them in an area, so that when you come in you have more control over what they do and are not doing crazy, you're going to have some sort of space like that. And he may not want to go into that space because he wants to be in control and he doesn't want to be confined. So I'm actually going to give a little bit of this to Franklin. So we're doing the same thing with Franklin. I mean, Franklin's getting more food just because I don't want to deprive him, because he was a dog that was, a stray, and he probably has memories of being really hungry. So I don't want to activate that in him. So I continue feeding him, and I feed him more than I am Winston. And Winston, is by no means starving or has ever starved, but he does need some incentive. And whoever controls the food, dogs don't, they're not going to not eat. At some point, they're going to need to eat. So, and you can see, both of them are being really good. Both of them are not barking at me for this food, but I'm building some momentum here to, successfully get Winston in the kennel so I can work with Franklin separately. So, okay, Franklin, kennel, good boy. And I might have to, Winston, let's go. Come on. Good boy, good. Yay. Good job. So, there you have it. Prior to this, Winston would not go in the kennel, literally had to try to drag him in. I thought, sometimes if you pull on the prong collar and you keep pressure on, the dog will kind of give in and go, okay, well, I don't really want the pressure, so I'll go ahead and go in. But he was not having that at all. And, I don't want to make going into the kennel unpleasant for him, or anything I'm doing unpleasant for him. If he's not complying, then I have to figure out another way that will work for him, because I need to convince him that he wants to do that. So that's kind of the way it is with dogs. Some dogs are really compliant, but Winston is a little stronger personality. So, and we've been getting him to not bark also in the kennel. He needs to be quiet when he's in the kennel, even if I'm working with Franklin, believe it or not. So I'm going to do that next. So let's see. Okay, so I want to try to build some drive with him. Anytime he touches this, good boy. I'm giving him a treat to, let him understand that this is really good and good things happen when he touches this and not my hand. So, he also, I noticed, if you have it above his head, or kind of where it might be touching him, he seems to be a little bit worried. He flinches a little bit. So, I just have to be real delicate with this kid. Touch it. Good boy. Good. There you go. Good. Come on. Come on. Woody, woody, boo. Woody, 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 boo. Touch. Good. Here you go. Good. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Here you go. Good. So I'll also try to like see if I can throw it and fetch a little bit. I don't know if he's gonna do it. Probably not, but we can still continue to work with it. Ready? Go. Go. Go get it. Good boy. No, go get it. Come on. Get it. Get it. Good boy. No, you gotta get it. You gotta get it. Ready? And I'm probably saying too many words too. Ready? Go. No. Go. Good boy. Ready? Touch. Good. You might have me trained instead of the other way around. Yeah. Touch it. No. No. Good. No. No. Well, you know, that's what I'm going to probably work on a little bit. I like to see him be able to, fetch a little bit. So maybe I need to find the toy that gets him wound up a little. I do have a squeaker. You ready? You ready? Good boy. Good. Go get it. No. No. Get the ball. Go get the ball. Get the ball. Oh. Let's see, I'm getting the ball and not him. So, but I think that the idea of the exercise is to be able to play with Franklin without Winston throwing a fit about it. And he's, let's see, can you see him? Yeah, he's just laying like a nice little dog, being nice and quiet. So, anyways, it's really good. The next thing I will also do is try to get them both on place and play with one while one's on place and go back and forth. So that'll really help you inside the house as well. All right, we'll see you in the next video.